We are cruising through Titan on this beautiful Labor Day because the Mystic boss node in Doom 1.1 has been one-shotted, and we're going to take a look at the gameplay footage in this video, guys. Yeah, and the new Warriors, they're not even here yet, just Deathpool and some other good characters. Also, the silhouettes for some new characters, the new team was revealed last week. We had some very good preliminary guesses, but are there some other options that maybe we should have considered? And we're answering the rest of your questions from the mailbag on Discord, guys. And if you're ready for all of that, find that like button. Oh yeah, and let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome aboard the Milano, and welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel as we're cruising all across Titan because we are celebrating Doom 1.1 one-shotted late last week. We're going to take a look at the footage for that. We're going to take a look at your questions from the Discord, and I do want to thank each and every one of you guys that left a question for the Monday mailbag on Discord. And if you want your question potentially featured in an upcoming episode of the Monday Mailbag, make sure you are a member of the Discord. The link is down below. But without further ado, yes, Deathpool is here. Not even the rest of our new Warriors not even the rest of our new Warriors teammates, but still one-shotted in Doom 1.1. The boss node, some of the hardest raids that we have in the game today. So let's take a look at that. Let's go. Oh my goodness, tongue-tied. Let's go take a look at the footage here. And I will give you my commentary. Now, this is not something that I get to do very often. I'm having trouble with the tech section, and I am on the far left lane. And before you get to that Mystic section, you need to beat the tech section. So we got to the Mystic section last week, and we finally got to the boss node. Was able to do this with Deathpool. So let's go take a look at the team I use. We'll take a look at their team power. They're a pretty beefy team. 764 total power. Not a very light team. We did invest some in Deathpool. We'll take a look at their collection power. There's Adam Warlock at 135k. Silver Surfer also at about 135k. Ooh, I'm going very fast. Let's slow this down a little bit. All right, so 124 for Deathpool. We have 157 for Maw, 154 for Doom, and what was our Thanos there? Let's see if we could find it there. There he is. Very, very fast. 171 for Thanos. So let's scroll ahead with this footage here, and let's go into the node, and I'll try to talk through some of my rationale on what was going on here. So starting off, Squirrel Girl seems to be the biggest threat, because even if you ability block Doom, Squirrel Girl goes off here, she'll just remove it all off, and she has that on turn 1. So I really want to make sure she is ability block. There goes the ability block on Squirrel Girl, and we're doing pretty good on time here. All right, so now this is where that buzzsaw concept from Tony comes into play. We want to get lucky, and all that energy doesn't go to the rest of the Mystic crew. It goes towards Dr. Doom, and we're getting a lot of energy. We're getting energy anytime anybody dies from Thanos. We're getting energy to people that don't have, or our characters that don't have their energy topped off because of the Deathpool passive. So we're getting a lot of energy with this setup here in a Mystic Doom. All right, so what we want, we don't have Deathpool. Oh, we do have Deathpool. We want to get rid of Squirrel Girl, and we don't. And instead of getting rid of her, instead of using the big death, because that was available on turn 1, we did set up our previous nodes. We spread these ability blocks, and now it is Doom's turns here again. And I'm not sure what we do. I'm not sure. I think the best move at this point would be to save it, but no. I can't remember what the rationale is of using the ultimate here at this point. Normally, you're getting some energy there. You're getting some health back, excuse me, not just for Doom, but the lowest health ally, and you're getting a lot of ability energy to the highest damage character. So let's see how this plays out. Let's go with the second one, getting more Doom bots on the field. There's 2, and this maybe will kill Squirrel Girl. No, on 1.0 it would. All right, so she is almost dead, and we go with the we go with the disrupted here. Not necessarily for the disrupted. I was doing it more for the adjacent targets attacks. Yes, and Squirrel Girl finally is down, finally is dead. There goes Rocket with that passive from Deathpool, and now we are working on Doom. So once Doom is down, we're getting another Squirrel Girl late in the battle, but a lot of the big threats between Doom and Squirrel Girl are done. We're just chipping away at this point, using the basics on Dr. Doom. There he goes. and Carnage trying to rip stuff. And now it is a question. Do we save this big ultimate, this instant death, or do we use it? And we saved it there. Maw does his special, removing some turn meter, removing some health, stealing that. Thanos with his AoE attack. Some questionable play here, but we are in a dominant position, so it's not that life or death that we have to do. All right, another threat here, Invisible Woman, and I think this is where I decide to use the ultimate of Deathpool. Yeah, there she goes. And Deathpool's turn is coming up. And yeah, Invisible Woman. She could also clear off buffs off of the enemy team, so we don't want her around. The last big threat, the last person to clear off buffs is the second Squirrel Girl that's coming up, probably in the next wave here. Looks like we're going to eliminate... Who are we going to save this for Squirrel Girl? No, we used it a little early here. One thing that I was doing at Doom 1.0 a lot was saving that second ultimate for Squirrel Girl. We used it up here, and I think we have a special from Deathpool available, which would be good. We're going to spread that ability block. She has it. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention off the top of my head, but I think it is available. There goes the... I thought it was a disrupted there that should have been placed in an AoE attack, but possibly the basic that we used there. All right, now we're going to spread the ability blocks. There goes Squirrel Girl right in time. I think we got a little lucky there with the turn meter because I think that was luck. I don't think that was planned. I don't think that's spread. I think that just came up in a good timing there. All right, so now we're going to just chip away at Squirrel Girl. Basic. Now using the AoE attack. Boom. Do we take out enemy? Nobody gets taken out, but bringing Squirrel Girl down to the lower health. I think we use the disrupted here. Yes, we get the disrupted on her. More of the AoE attack, trying to get kills here, to trying to get more ability energy, spread through Thanos and spread through Deathpool. All right, big attack here again, and I'm not sure which one we used there. I guess if you're playing this back at slow motion, you can see this. But yeah, just chipping away. Once Squirrel Girl goes down, I think we could place this on auto, because the next node is the mutant section, and we're not needing to save cooldowns for Doom or Silver Surfer or Deathpool for any nodes after this. So yeah, once Squirrel Girl goes down, we're gonna have 4 enemies remaining, and then it's just auto time, I think. Now we can't put it on auto at this time just to save some time, but we're actually doing pretty good on time. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so I guess we're just playing out this battle. But yeah, well, after Squirrel Girl's down, you could go and auto this. No need to save cooldowns. No need to... the battle's pretty much won. There we go. Especially after that ultimate from Ebony Maw, stealing some health, stealing some turn meter. And are we going to steal the offense up? Steals the last offense up and ability blocks. Got all that stuff. Actually, we did the ultimate. So did the ability block. Didn't steal it. And boom, everybody's dead there. And that is it. The one shot of one of the harder nodes in the game. I guess it's not as hard as the tech node or some of these other nodes that don't have as good solutions, but that is it, guys. That was the gameplay for this weekend. So now it is time to get your questions from the mailbag. Boom, first question of the week. And again, thank you to everybody on Discord that wrote in, and hopefully all the questions get answered here. All right. Hello again, ValleyFlyin. Hello again, my friend. I hope all is well. Wondering if there's any indication Star Tech will also be increased to level 85. That is a good point. I don't remember if the last level cap they raised Star Tech, but I think once they implemented Star Tech, it's just there. So I think it does make sense that they would raise it. I think it should be raised. But as far as your question, if there's any indication that this is coming, I have not seen any indication. Honestly, the devs may have forgotten about Star Tech and not done anything with it. I know there's talks about using all your currency for that and some other bonuses, like for room bonuses and like that. I don't know what's going on with the playtest on the war. I don't know if they're going to do another round, but yeah, this would be a good thing to increase. You know, making a lot of the PvE content a little easier for players. I think they should, but yeah, no indication that it will be done. All right. Hey, Valley, hope you're doing well. Sometimes when I'm doing Blitz with low-level teams, I see the opponent has a 2-star Magneto or Ultron or some character that is supposed to be a 5-star unlock. I thought Scopely was using other players' save squads for Blitz. That's not the case, or am I missing something? How to unlock legendary characters at 2 stars? So you're kind of right. Scopely uses other players' rosters to base their save squads on. Now, just for an example, this is my team here, and the opponent's team is based on an actual team, and it looks like the person that brought this team into Blitz, his name was Captain, and Captain brought in this team here, this X-Men kind of hybrid team. Now, we look as a very strong Colossus. Everybody else is weak. And the reason for that is because we brought in a very strong Silver Surfer and everybody else is weak. Now at 8.3, you're going to see an extra star and extra gear tiers on them. Red stars, normal stars, everything. But because we're at tier 7, we're not getting that bigger team. So yeah. So this person may have had their squad built like this, may not have, but it is based on your squad. So they brought in these characters, but what you're actually seeing as far as their power level, the stars they have on them, the gear is based on your squad. Now the ISO 8, I think, is based on the other person, what they have on that. But the stars, the gear, the red stars, that is based on your roster. So yes, it is possible to see characters like Magneto or Ultron or even Dark Phoenix that are unlocked at higher star levels. It is possible to see them at lower star levels in Blitz because the characters are based on what people take into Blitz and not necessarily the teams and the power levels. So for example, let's look at this one again. We got two kind of strong characters. X-23 is the biggest character here, so we should have two kind of strong characters there. So yes, we have a Vision and an Ant-Man. That is based on my X-23, and that is based on my Nerd Sonic. The rest of the characters are not too strong. So yeah, yes and no to your question. Yeah, it's based on your roster, but not the star levels on all that. So yeah, when there was controversy about Silver Surfer, people saying 7-star Silver Surfer, Blitz is not a game mode to base other people's rosters on. It's based on their roster and your roster. So a little bit of each in Blitz. It's not a great game mode to test to see what is actually on somebody's roster. It gets confusing with Blitz. All right. Did you see they're moving Domino out of the Blitz exclusive Orbs? Yeah. So apparently the devs were watching, interested that White Tiger when all right, so a little bit of background to this question. This question was asked last week on when is Domino coming out of the Blitz Orb. When I answered this question last week, it was after the blog post, the previous Friday's blog post that said that Phylavel and White Tiger were both going to the Arena Orb. So I was a little confused at this question, but apparently later that day, we got word that White Tiger was moving to the Blitz Orb, not going to the Arena Orb, which is a better location for her, which means that the text that was in the blog post was inaccurate. And I addressed this. You know, it is Cerebro that is doing it. It used to be Zeke's, and since Zeke's left, Cerebro hasn't been communicating as much. We've had some late blogs. We've had some inaccuracies in the blogs. Basically, he's doing the job of two people. So, yeah, I know it screws up. I know it's not good when it's screwed up, but I give him a little slack. So hopefully we'll get Zeke's replacement and we'll get more accurate blog posts in the future, more blog posts that aren't released a few minutes late. But yeah, it's basically because Cerebro's doing a couple jobs. But yeah, White Tiger is in the Blitz Orbs. Phylavel is in the Arena Orbs. Let me know what you guys are doing at the Arena Orbs, guys. I still haven't opened a lot of. I was gonna say I haven't opened any. I've opened about 5. Didn't get any Phylavel, so I'm just waiting till she's out. But let me know what you guys are doing with those Arena Orbs, guys. Are you gonna wait or are you gonna open some now? And Blitz Orbs, I don't see any point in waiting, especially if you have a lot of characters that does the 7 red star level. All right, or 7-star level, not necessarily red stars. Those are hard to get. All right, Valley. Why is it when you pair Doom up with Doc Ock and Doom uses his ultimate that Summon Shocker is the one that takes extra turns? This text reads that if it fills the speed bar for the ally with the most damage, why isn't it Deathpool or Kestra or someone else with a metric ton of damage instead of a nerfed summon? So there was actually a long conversation in the mailbag about this. One of the points is that summons, when they're summoned, they get lower health, but not necessarily lower damage. So the damage still stacks up. And I had a few theories before I saw that conversation. So it's good that you guys had this because it led to this. This a little more context. I was wondering what is going on. Maybe it's a bug, but actually the numbers actually match up with what you're giving here. So Shocker, 24,000 damage. Kestrel, 27,000 damage. Doom, 34,000 damage. Deathpool, 34,000 damage. All those damage just trigger the attacks instead of the shockers. For the record, Captain Nemo was the one that responded to this. He's correct in that shocker damage appears to be higher than Doc Ock's. Yes, and it looks like it's higher than all the characters when you consider the offense up bonus that Shocker does on his first turn. And I guess if the timing of that is right and Silver Surfer does this move, then yes, Shocker, that's going to be getting all those extra turns. So be careful with that. But yes, we got some actual numbers here. Your Shocker with offense up would have 37,000 damage, which is higher than all of these. Everything you name. Best advice would be to not use offense on him and Doom Raids to avoid the problem. Or just watching the timing of that when you're using Silver Surfer's move, knowing that the way you have your roster built right now, he's going to have the highest damage. Obviously, build Doom or Deathpool or even Kestrel a little higher, then that should solve the problem. But yes, shout out to Captain Nemo for solving this before I even got a chance to. But yeah, the context helping this. But yeah, it seems like it is working properly. It's not a bug. It's not some weird interaction. It's kind of weird how the roster stacks, and Shocker's the one with the highest damage on your roster, brother. All right. Hey, Valley, greetings from Singapore. Not a question, but more of a suggestion that I have. I hope that is okay. Yes. I don't know if I'm the one to make suggestions to, but I like hearing these, and I think these are entertaining for the viewers. So even though I don't have the power to do anything, keep sending them in, and hopefully the devs will listen, kind of like the White Tiger thing last week. All right, not really a question, more of a suggestion. That is okay. In light of the recent numerous bugs on their new release characters, I feel that Scopely should create a test server similar to games like Overwatch, where they can release tunes and allow certain limited members of their choosing to play with these two characters for a limited time frame to see if the one tune is working properly. I feel that this would definitely help with reduce the number of bugs tunes being released in the game. So yes, you're definitely correct. And this is actually something that's been asked for over 2 years now. Since Cerebral was hired on at Fox Next at the time. Since then, it's been Scopely. Since then, it's been Boundless. But since he was brought on, one of the biggest requests from the content creators was a test server. And there has been times that we've gotten it. And usually when we get access to a test server, it's at the end, or previously, it's been at the end of the patch when all the characters are out, when we know all the information about them, and when we get these max characters that start high level. One of the things that Cerebral really wanted to do was get this test server up and running to avoid these kind of bugs like that. But apparently, with this game, with the way it's coded, I don't know. I mean, we've heard about their fragile framework and their incredibly complex coding that this game has, which is why a lot of stuff not bugs, but gets broken, and we have a lot of inaccuracies. I think a lot of that is part of the reason that we don't have a test server. Apparently, it's very, very complicated, way more complicated than Cerebral thought. And to put a test server would take other people off other areas of the game. So we don't have that yet, but you're definitely right. It would be a good idea. It's something that we've been pushing for a while. I think haven't really pushed recently for this because there's so many other issues that we've been wanting to get fixed in the game, but this would definitely help. I know they do limited test servers for different things like the War one that just went on or other features. I hope they do extensive playtesting for Grand Tournament before that gets released in the game, and they actually implement some of the suggestions. But yeah, this is a great suggestion. I think even some of the folks at Scopely want this done. It's just a matter of resources that need to be allocated, and yeah, the test server is not a high priority for them. All right. So this is another question. It's a serious question. I want a refund for the Deathpool offer due to the illegal maneuver Scopely did. Can you teach me and everyone how to proceed? So so we got another response, and I'll give you some context, but let me read this response because this is specifically about this question. So your best bet would be go to your store provider like Google or Apple. That in my understanding, and I haven't ever requested a refund, but from my understanding, or not in this game, but that's the only way to get refunds. I've seen customer service responses from Scopely in the past that they're not able to process refunds on their end. So if you want a refund, you have to go through either the Play Store or Apple. However, and this is correct, they've already gone back and said that they will nerf. It said it will be properly fixed next patch. So yes, I guess the nerf that they did was not official. They have nerfed things in the past, and it's been, I don't think it's a very good precedent that they've set in the past by nerfing all these things. But they did say that they're going to make Deathpool work exactly how it was built that she's going to work. The nerf is not going to take place, but unfortunately, not coming till 5.7. So basically through all of 5.6, she's not getting that extra attack. Now, one thing that is also going to remain in effect, which may not be a buff or nerf it. Just maybe how the character will be working is she's not going to give energy to a topped off character, a mystic character. And apparently there's some characters that are already like that, not giving energy to topped off characters, but that is going to be added to the text. She may have already worked like that, and I think that's a slight buff if she wasn't, but that's what is going to be changed. So very pleasurable. Thanks for the info. Yes, thank you, Spider Carnage, for providing that info before I even got to it. You guys got answers for the mailbags before I even get to it, but yeah, they're refunding it. Kind of a weird gray area, but if you do want to get a refund, yeah, you would have to go through your store, either the Apple store or the Play Store or whatever you made your purchase on, or in the Amazon App Store if you made it on there as well. And if you're making purchases, guys, on a game that is on the Amazon App Store, like Marvel Strike Force, make sure you use the link, the Amazon coins.valleyflyin.com, saving up to 20% off. If you're going to make the purchase anyway, might as well get 20% off. Just go do it through the Amazon App Store. The link is down below, and you could go to the link coins.valleyflyin.com if you want all the details on how that program works. But next question, wouldn't it be cool if they tease new character, not like on Twitter, but maybe through the game, specifically on the background of the levels? Imagine a shadowy figure going across the background, an icon going on a billboard, a reference to a movie screen or something small like that. Thoughts? That'd be awesome, man. And looking in game while we're doing this. So like they have like Remnant Shakes It on Twitch or Tadano Mac in the game because of them complete Dark Dimension. If they would like rotate different spots in the game for clues, I would love that. I would love that. So we would actually have to be searching for this, not just like, here's the characters, this is their silhouettes, figure it out. We have to do a little more work. I like that. I like that. And then maybe if we don't find it in time, like after a week, like, hey, then announce on Twitter, hey, start looking here. What is in this stage type of thing? I like this. The more cryptic and the more work we have to do to uncover what the real clue is, I like. I think that's better. I think that adds more fun. You may or may not agree with me, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, guys. All right. So this is actually where that question about Shocker, where it started to get followed up, which is why Captain Nemo starts to ask about the Shocker offense up. But we got that answer. So let's go to Captain Nemo's question. Valley, I hope you're doing well. With the release of Deathpool, I decided to do something I normally don't do. I usually stick with 4 recharges per event for a character per day. This time I decided to buy the 25 pack offer and do 6 refreshes a day. Nice. All right. After opening 40 boxes, I'm at 50 shards away from 5-starring. I hear so many people are being stuck in the same situation. I didn't even try for Sharon Carter, and I got her 50 away from 5-starring. Is this just a case of me being apart from the vocal minority, or is there something up with the Deathpool Orbs? Oh, and for the 40 or so boxes I opened, I got her in the middle maybe 4 or 5 times. So please go smash it. So it's just RNG, you know. Sometimes I've gotten bad RNG, sometimes I've gotten good RNG. I'm actually opposite. Deathpool, I've actually gotten better RNG from her orbs. Sharon Carter, I actually got worse RNG from her orbs. And just kind of is how these events are, you know. When they used to just give shards, if I'm remembering correctly. They didn't have this double RNG. So not only did you get RNG to get these actually, the RNG was on the fragments. Sometimes you wouldn't get the fragments, and then you would get guaranteed in orbs. I think that's how it worked. Now they're guaranteed on the fragments, but it's not guaranteed on the orbs. They like RNG. If they're gonna make a game free, they wanna try to get you as many ways as possible to pay. So yeah, RNG is one of them. When you get bad gambling mechanics, it's one of them. But it's just kind of how it is. It sucks. It's been in the game for a while. This double RNG has been in for a while. It's kind of at this point, I don't know if they're gonna change it because they've had it for so many iterations, but. Yeah, I mean, my view is sometimes I win some, sometimes I lose some. Got lucky for Deathpool, didn't get lucky for Sharon Carter. So hopefully with the next character you'll get lucky because you didn't get as lucky with Deathpool. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's related to the core spending because I know sometimes people spend a lot of cores and get very minimal shards, and sometimes people spend less cores and get more shards, kind of like you did with Deathpool. But it's just based on RNG. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. So. Better luck next time, brother. And hopefully I'll get better luck next time, and or they increase the chances or something. All right. Hey, Valley, love all your content, brother. I'm here for it. Have we considered magic instead of Silver Samurai? I don't remember Samurai's helmet as looking like that. And we actually got some more insight by Spider Carnage. So thank you for more responses, brother. And I do like this response. It actually is a little more detailed than I would have thought of. I would have looked at the avatars, but actually looking at the text below it, or the space where the text would go, this answer is true. His helmet is normally only has a single set of wings, but MSF always has a bit of a leeway with its art. Yeah, so the MSF art is kind of unique to MSF. Sometimes it's heavily inspired by the comics. Sometimes it's heavily inspired by the MCU. Sometimes it's its own unique take. And I'm not talking about Deathpool and Kestrel, but sometimes it's its own unique take on these characters. And then sometimes it's weird. So yeah, just because the comics or MCU or something hasn't shown something, then you're exactly right. They do have some leeway with it. However, it's really about the nameplate. Far too wide for Magic or Spyro, whereas Silver Samurai is a perfect fit. Let's go take a look at it. And if we look at the length of this box, this text box below the one right after Dagger, which I think looks like Silver Samurai. Yeah, it's longer. Magic is too short. It would be a smaller word, a smaller text box like we have for Dagger or a Cloak. Not a longer one like we have for Captain Sam or even Adam Warlock. That one's a little more spacing wise, similar to Silver Samurai. So yeah, I think just based on that text length and the background colors, because that hasn't been a clue in the past, I think the initial guesses are correct. Silver Samurai, that does match the text, that does kind of match the silhouette. Lady Deathstrike, that definitely matches the text box, that definitely matches the silhouette. And Omega Red with a red background. Come on, how much more obvious can this be? He has kind of that ponytail or whatever that is that Omega Red has. And the length matches. So I think we know the next three characters, guys. Silver Samurai, Lady Deathstrike, and Omega Red. Not anything new here. This was a lot of people's initial guesses, but yeah, I think based on that, it is pretty accurate. Let's move ahead to this. I think that's pretty I think that's pretty much it for the question, but let me finish reading this just in case there's additional information here. Also, if you look at the height of Dagger's nameplate, is taller. If she has a GS falling below the line, Magic would have had the same, but that nameplate isn't as tall. So without the name, letters drop below that line. Again, Silver Samurai fits the bill. I agree with that. All right, next question though. Hey Valley, greetings from a flooded out NYC. I hope it's not still flooded out. I hope been seeing some images on there of in that whole East Coast, that hurricane that hit, cars going underwater. So I hope that area gets better, brother. Yeah, stay strong. And if your area is flooded, yes, I hope staying strong and everybody's safe. What are the best values in the new event store? I know point is supposed to be spent to get milestones. Yes. But I hear they have placed values in there like green, blue, purple training mats are 10, 20, 30, but purple is a decent training mat. So I didn't really look at the conversion methods or the conversion ratios, but let's go into the store and just talk about what this store actually does. So previously, we would get these orbs here for this, and we have to open orbs, and there was some okay things in the orbs, I gotta be honest, but most of the time you're getting crap, and a lot of the good value from these events are from the actual milestones itself, not from whatever you actually open. So based on that, I would say just open whatever you need the most. For myself, it's probably these Elite 5 credits because they're the most rare. There's other values here, and if you need some of these things like these superior remote access codes or this superior hyperflange, you're still not, maybe you're not in Dark Dimension 4 and you need these pieces to get in there, then these are going to be more valuable to you and not these Elite 5s, because yeah, you could open a many Elite 5s and still not get the character you want and get it all on crap characters. So even with these, the RNG makes them not worth it. So if you need some other pieces in this store, get whatever you need. So I guess my answer is based on need. It's not going to be a cookie cutter answer for everybody. I like doing these 5s not just because of what I need, but because I know that if I open 2 of those a day, if I get 2 Elite 5s per day, or 2 of the Elite 5 150 fragments every day, spending 6,000 of this fire essence, I'm on pace for that Shang-Chi, or hitting all the milestones. So that's what I like to do. But as far as values, I think it's going to be based on what you need. I never put a lot of value on those orbs in the past. In my mind, this has replaced the orbs just to give you a little more agency over what you want to do with your roster, a little less RNG. So I like this, but yeah, the real rewards aren't from the store. The real rewards are from those milestones, brothers. So that's how I view it. If you guys have other interpretations of this or are viewing this a little differently, then let me know. Is Phoenix worth putting ISO on now? It seems like way back when ISO 8 came out, some content creators were saying not to put ISO 8 on her when she dies. Dark Phoenix, get the ISO 8 or not. Now, nothing has changed on this. This is exactly how it's worked in the past, but we do have an answer as well. Dark Phoenix does not get the ISO, but gets the extra stat. So what that means is, if we go into the roster again, let's find a character. All right, so we're talking about heroes for hire in a little bit. So let's talk about Shang-Chi. So you get these different things for ISO 8. So you get these stats here. Phoenix, Dark Phoenix will get these stats. These bonuses that are tied to like this Raider, like this extra on crit ability, extra max health, crit chance. Dark Phoenix will not get any of these. So it's nothing based on the class, but just on the stats going up based on the ISO 8, she will get that. So it's a yes and no for that. So that's the answer, or that's my answer for that. So there's no real benefit taking her higher than level 1. I've had her level 1 since I came out. Yeah, so there's no real benefit right now. The main, because you don't want a strong Phoenix and a weak Dark Phoenix. You want a strong Dark Phoenix and a weak Phoenix. And right now, if you put the more ISO 8 you put in, the more you're reversing that. So yeah, you're right. Leave her at 1. Unfortunately, that screws up a lot of her value, but leave her at 1. The ISO 8 is too valuable, especially with Doom 2 coming to put it on characters that don't have a lot of value for that. All right, ValleyFlyin, what is up from Buffalo, New York? What is up from the DFW area, brother? Finally got into running Dark Dimension 2. Was a surprise to my squad. Gamora, Anti-Venom, Carnage, Scream, Nebula ran through everything fairly easily with the last node where Ultron took out Nebula. Yeah, so you're getting some good synergy. The Gamora, Nebula, one of the stronger duos in the game right now. So you're getting a lot of good synergy there. And then you got that Spider-Verse synergy with a lot of turn meter, speed ups, and then revives, spreading buffs from Anti-Venom, Carnage, and Scream. So getting a lot of good synergy here. So no surprise that team would do good in Dark Dimension 2, which is older content, older PvE content. Do I have to rerun Duty 2 to get more Ultron stars, or do I get them elsewhere? Nope, you get it on your second run. So first run, I believe it's a 5-star unlock, a gold star unlock. Second run is your 7-star unlock. Dark Dimension 3, you're getting some different rewards on your second run as well. Dark Dimension 4, that's where you're going to get a 7-star version of Doom, and you're going to get some additional red stars as well. So 2 runs on all of these Dark Dimensions. There's no point for the third run unless you want that cool border around your avatar in game. But yes, it's just, you got to do 2 runs. That's where you get the rest of the stuff. All right. Also, I do not run it. I want to run DD2. I do want to run DD2 again, but I want to try out another squad. I'm thinking Deathpool, Domino, Minerva, and one other character. Maybe someone helps with speed boost. Any suggestions? So I got Scream in my head. Anytime an enemy dies, giving speed up to symbiote. So not the best on this team here. Speed bonuses for herself, but not the rest of the team is X23. I don't know if I would go in with the Deathpool and Domino. I think Deathpool is going to give you a lot of value. You might want to bring another Mystic character though. Looking at, I would probably bring out whatever is your best Mystic character, because Deathpool is going to be feeding energy to that character, and just using someone with cooldowns. I think that was a fun team, kind of based off that Buzzsaw team with Deathpool and Doom. Obviously, you won't have Doom yet because that's a Dark Dimension 4, but I would bring in a Mystic character. Try that out and trying to see if you can manipulate the energy efficiency. Domino's kind of a crap character. I wouldn't put too many resources. I wouldn't want to build up to gear tier 13. I think 13 is our Dark Dimension 2. So don't build up Domino. I think you're getting enough of that synergy with Deathpool and Deadpool. Every time he dies, he's coming back to life, and Deathpool's on there. I don't think you need both Domino and Deathpool for that. Although that might be an interesting thing if he dies, if both of them are bringing him back. Actually, no, he's reviving. He's not. It's not summoning a Deathpool, but interesting stuff there. But try to go with another Mystic character. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully it's fun. at this point, it's just fun anyway, because you could smash it with the other team that you mentioned. But yeah, going again. That's where you get the rest of your Ultron and do fun teams. Have an experiment. Next question. Hey, Valley, greetings and salutations. Good sir, greetings and salutations back to you, brother. Keep on smashing. Provide some clarity. How is it possible to Dark Dimension run in under 10 minutes? On my device, with a strong Wi-Fi, could take up to 3 minutes in total loading time for all the nodes in Dark Dimension. So I'm assuming you're talking about Dark Dimension 1, because that's where we got some crazy scores as far as the time leaderboard. So let's go into the game and see what some of these scores are. Now, I know there's a whole group of people that do these speed runs in Dark Dimension for fun, as ways of having fun. Now, there's a bunch of people that have these 5-minute times. I'm thinking that they're going in with specific teams, and when I'm reading about these speedrunners on Reddit, they don't like to share their team because they want to have the advantage over the other speedrunners. Now, I haven't tried this. This is not something that I'm trying to get a good score on, but because of the abundance of these scores, I would not say they're cheating. Some of the other ones, I've seen some crazy scores, but there's so many of these. I would say that these guys are legitimately doing it. They're finding their own fun in the game and finding ways to beat those nodes. If we go to Dark Dimension 2, even that, we got some crazy times here. 8 minutes to get to all of the nodes, 16 minutes, 23 minutes. And these seem a little excessive, especially this 8. But some of these other ones, because we're seeing a bunch of times around that, I think these are pretty legit. This is very confusing to me. 8 minutes for all of Dark Dimension 2. You guys are right. The load times might just be more than. Let's go see if there's some crazy runs here. 1 hour. Yeah, so these are a little more normal times. The horribleness of Dark Dimension 3. So 1, 2 have some crazy times, but yeah, I think it's like a unique hybrid of this game that people are doing, trying to speed run through Dark Dimension as a new way to add fun to this game. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not many of the speedrunners share their secrets, but I'm sure there's some teams that maybe you guys could theory craft that are very, very solid in those game modes. And hopefully you guys could do some speed runs and turn in some good times and share a few things with the community. Maybe not all of the secrets, but maybe a few things that so some people that are interested in trying to do this could get a little bit of a few hints so they could start getting some good teams as well. All right. Hey, bud, with Shang-Chi out now, what is a T4 priority for Heroes for Hire, like a top 8? All right. I don't like the Heroes for Hire, but we'll go through my Heroes for Hire. We'll go through my top 7 because I think I only have 7 in there that I think are really, really necessary. So let's go back into the game. Let's take a look at Shang-Chi. We saw him a little earlier, but as you can see, we have the Raider class on him. I think it's the best class because he does a few different moves that target multiple enemies. And as far as his T4s, we have the ultimate special. I think both of these are great. If you're really, really wanting it to be beefy on war defense, obviously war defense is not a huge priority for me. This T4 and this passive is also very good. So I got 2 here, potentially 3 if war defense is very huge priority for you. Let's move on to the next character. Luke Cage, the only one that I think you want to do here is his passive. Unless you're just a Luke Cage fan, I don't think that adds too much to war defense sturdiness, and it makes him a better character. But I think your T4, your bang for your buck is going a lot more on other characters and other skills. Let's move on to Iron Fist. The only one that I think is really worth it on him is going to be his passive. I know some people have done his ultimate. Passive is where you want to go, especially if you're going bare minimum for this team. Misty Knight, if you're going bare minimum with this team, I think you need the passive. The rest of her skills are pretty good. She's actually a pretty good raid character, and if you're using this team for the gamma rays and not as prioritized with war defense, you probably want to invest in some of these other skills. But 1 T4 on Misty Knight. We got 2 on Colleen Wing, and I think the best are her passive and her ultimate. I know if you're really, really serious into hardcore and this Heroes for Hire team, people have also done the basic and the special. Like I said, though, with my Heroes for Hire, I'm not that way into war defense, so we're just doing the bare minimums to make this team work. And that is pretty much it. I know a lot of people have done her the basic and the special as well. Those are very good. But yeah, 7 with 3 that I think are good if you like war defense. So the ones that, again, that I didn't do, the passive for Shang-Chi right here, and that basic and the special for Colleen Wing. The rest of them, we got 7 there with there's some other options for you as well. So hopefully that helps you. But yeah, hopefully not many people take this advice and put their T4s into Heroes for Hire because they're damn war defense. All right, next question though. Hey, ValleyFlyin, would it kill Scopely to fill in those empty gold milestone slots or any empty milestone slots for that matter with, say, with something cheap will be useful like Mega Orb Fragments, or since we don't have anything else? So, yeah, so let's go take a look at the rewards for the Shang-Chi event. I believe it's called the Legend event. Let's go back into the game and show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So for some of these are actually toward the bottom, not as many of these other ones, but for some of them, like this right here, milestone 8, blank spot. I agree. They could have put a little bit of gold, put a few Mega Orb Fragments here, another blank spot on milestone 12, another blank spot on milestone 16. Yeah, they definitely could have put some things. Doesn't need to be a huge value. Could have been like 100 Mega Orb Fragments or something, but just to be there, I think would be cool. I agree with you, but I like this event. I don't like war defense. I don't like what the character does because he's a war defense character, but I like this event, and yeah, I'll get another useless war defense costume, but that is it, guys. Let me know what you think of this event. Let me know what you think of Heroes for Hire. Let me know what you think of those silhouettes. Were the initial guesses correct, or were they not correct? Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you everybody that submitted a question. And if you want your question potentially featured in an upcoming episode of the Monday Mailbag, make sure you leave a question on Discord. Make sure you are a member of the Valley Club on Discord. And I'll see you guys next time. Check out some of the other sponsors. Amazon Coins does some good things. BlueStacks is my preferred emulator for Marvel Strike Force. LD Player is my preferred emulator for Marvel Future Revolution. Future Revolution content is on my second channel. And I will see you guys next time. All the links are down below. So give me that Hulk fist bump and have a great rest of your day. ValleyFlyin out.